Welcome to Help Me Help Mama Live. I'm Cindy Orlachek-Jones. Today I am joined by Koy Butler. Welcome, Koy.
Thank you.
Koy is here to help me discuss an exciting concept. We've talked about this, Doug and I have, on the live cast several times, but I want you to know about this. Now, I'm not promising there's anything like this in your area, but there may be, so you'll just need to look around. We are talking about the elder care journey going across the bridge of life, and this is closer to journey stop number 4, where you become your loved one's advocate, and whatever the situation is, you decide that they need to be in a different environment outside the home. We've talked about assisted livings, independent livings, big corporate nursing homes, cottages. Today we're going to talk about the house of 3. First, I want Koy to give you some background on what he's done in his life leading him up to this point.
Thanks, Cindy.
You're welcome.
I've been in long-term care for over 25 years. The bulk of my career I spent in nursing homes and managing single facility and multi-facility nursing homes. Single facilities from 70 to 120 beds, and then when I worked as a corporate regional director, I managed over 700 nursing home beds.
Wow, that's a lot. And you started out as a CNA, right?
I did.
Explain what CNA is.
A CNA is a certified nursing assistant, and those are the people that typically do the grunt work in a nursing home or in a hospital, either one.
Providing the care.
They do the daily care, the one-on-one, the stuff that really matters the most, the way they touch somebody, the way they transfer somebody, the way that they care for the hygiene of a person. All that work is done by a CNA.
Okay, so you went from CNA, assistant administrator to regional director. Next step was House of 3.
Was House of 3.
Give us an overview. What is a House of 3?
Well, a House of 3 is a home where we take care of 3 individuals who need care. Typically, it's people that are older, that are unable to perform their own ADLs. And
What's an ADL?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
An activity of daily living.
And what are the give me a list of 5.
Well, this would be for feeding or bathing or toileting or transfers or walking, anything that you do during the course of the day in order to be able to live.
That you need help with.
Right.
Okay. So what type of services do you typically provide to your residents in the House of 3?
Right. To my residents, we help them with whatever ADL or activities of daily living that they are unable to perform for themselves. So if they need help eating or cooking or drinking or toileting, transferring, we help them dressing, we help them with all of those functions, as well as help them with their medication needs, or their getting transportation to doctor's offices, anything that's going to make them function at the very highest possible level that they can.
Okay. So if you look at the typical skilled nursing facility, you've got 70 to 100, typically 100 plus beds. And I know of one in the area that is huge, close to 200. And that's a lot of people. Koy has 3
Right.
in his homes. So this is more like a house, a home, a family solution. So what makes a House of 3 like a family solution?
Well, the reason House of 3 is a family solution is with the small number of people, the family still has a lot of control on exactly how their loved one is cared for. So that you can give me direction on how your mom's cared for. That, she really likes to garden, and we can have activities for her right out on the patio just for her to garden. And so there's not a barrage of people trying to pick the tomatoes. It's just your mom doing that. But on the care side, the family can give us direction on what their total plan is. Is it for mom to be completely rehabilitated, or do we realize that mom is getting close and we are going to keep her comfortable, and not push her perhaps so hard as you may have when she was younger? And then they can give us direction on, for instance, in an assisted living, oftentimes a person may slip to the floor. And the assisted living protocol is that they always are shipped out to the hospital. That causes more confusion for the elderly individual. They might be up there a couple of hours, or they may be up there from 7 o'clock in the evening to 5 o'clock in the morning, trying to get assessments done. Families can say, look, mom's not complaining of pain, mom's not hurting of pain, let's give her a Tylenol, or let's not do anything at all, and see how she feels in a few hours.
So if mom falls, you call the family and say, this is what has happened, this is what it looks like, what do you want us to do?
What do you want us to do?
Okay.
And so they can give us direction. Same way if mom's coughing, well, mom may have aspirated, mom may just be allergic to the pollens that are coming out here in the springtime. Mm-hmm. So, we may go, well, let's just give her some Robitussin because she really appears to be swallowing okay, and let's see where we are. And then the family can decide if they want to get an x-ray done, if we want to call the doctor, if we just want to start some type of cough medicine, and then go forward with what the family and or the physician recommend.
So your advocate, your resident's advocate, is going to be very tied into what's going on.
Absolutely.
Okay. What does a house of three look like?
A house of three looks like a home. It is going to be like your neighbor's house or your house.
It's in a neighborhood.
It's in a neighborhood.
A residential.
Residential neighborhood.
All right.
Our homes are typically ranch-style homes, maybe some type of modified ranch. The homes have 4 bedrooms. Some of our rooms have private suites. Some of them have a shared bathroom. But it looks just like any typical home in any neighborhood.
So it's like they've each got their own apartment most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, okay. Everyone has their own room, their own space. There is the shared living space, and families are encouraged to bring that person's particular recliner or couch or whatever it is, that chair that you go to when you want comfort.
And you want to take a nap.
And you want to take a nap. This is the three people that live in the house. This is their home.
Hence the house of three.
Right.
3 people. And yesterday, Doug and I were talking about technology. I understand you have some technology in your house of three. What is that?
Absolutely. We want to be very transparent about what we do at the house of three, and so we have cameras that are in each individual's room. And so if your mom was at the house of three, she would have a camera in her room, and it would be the decision of you or your family if you want that camera activated or not. If it's activated, then you and whomever you give the password to can see your mom in that room. Then there's also cameras in the common living areas of the house.
Okay.
And everyone that's associated with the house of three, or that live in the house of three, can see the common areas. But of course, you would only have access to your mother's camera, and someone else would only have access to their mother or father's camera.
Okay. And you know how mom loves to be outside, so
Yes.
you have outdoor space too.
Yes. All of our homes have a patio area or an outside area, deck area that residents can go out and enjoy. And that they really like just being able to bask in the sun on our warm days here in
Spring is
Arkansas.
right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about the typical level of care
Right.
that you provide.
The typical level of care is it's somebody that's going to need help with one or more activity of daily living, and they are they need help with the transferring or the bathing. Any skilled therapy needs can be taken care of at the House of Three, but they are provided by home health.
Okay, so explain that.
So if a person needed to have some type of therapy or wound dressing changes or any type of IV, home health would come in and monitor and manage that part of that individual's care.
So if they needed some physical therapy, a physical therapist would come in and provide that care.
Right.
Okay, Medicare and the supplement pays for that.
Right.
How about Alzheimer's? We have, as you know, a lot of Alzheimer's clients.
Sure. Well, and unfortunately, Alzheimer's just keeps growing and growing and snowballing.
Every day.
And we're able to help the Alzheimer's patients at pretty much every level. One thing that we found at the House of Three is because it's such a closer, smaller environment and it's more intimate setting, those that have been in assisted livings and nursing homes where there's a lot of noise, a lot of interactions, the quieter environment seems to calm down many of the Alzheimer's patients where they're not as frightened, not as
Agitated.
fearful of what's going on, and they've been real easier for us to care for because of our staffing of just having 2 or 3 people. They know the approaches of how to best address Mr. Smith and how to approach him. So you're not having to educate as many people. And this really gives the Alzheimer patient a lot of comfort.
Talking about staffing, tell me three residents. How are you staffed?
Sure. We have 3 residents. We normally have, or we always have at least one caregiver there at all times to assist those 3 residents. So this caregiver kind of acts like a mom in that she always has something to do. She's either tending to the needs of the 3 people that live there. She's cooking, has a load of laundry on. Her day is certainly busy, but at the same time, she's able to stop and just sit down and relax with the 3 clients or go in and visit. Many of the caregivers that I have are CNA certified, most of them are, and they have worked in nursing home or assisted living environments. They like this type of environment more because they are able to really devote more time to the individual clients and cater what they're cooking to the individual residents.
Sounds to me like they may be slightly spoiled.
Most of them are very, very spoiled, which is okay.
This
They
is
deserve
good.
it.
This is good. So, if they get that much care, what kind of cost are we talking about?
Well, typically our costs are going to be similar to that of a semi-private room at a nursing home or a memory care unit at an assisted living. Is generally the price point that we're at.
And how do they pay for it?
It is private pay for the most part. Those that have long-term care insurances, there are insurances that do pay for our level of care, and those all have to be looked at the policy individually to make sure that we do qualify.
Okay, so if you as a caregiver are considering finding a placement for your loved one, the House of Three is Koy's baby, but there may be something similar to this. What would you recommend if they're looking for something like this?
Well, different states call what I do different things. Some of them are adult family homes, some of them are group homes, adult foster homes. I've seen all those names in different states to refer to what I do. But that's where I would first look, is I would Google or call your aging and adult services there in the state, and they may tell you if they have that type of...
Now, why would they know? Are you regulated by the state?
Well, we are not regulated by the state. However, there are some state rules that we have to follow here in Arkansas. Other states, they do have more regulation than Arkansas has. Arkansas's regulation is that I can't take care of more than 3 individuals under one roof.
Okay.
But other states have more specific regulations.
So I want to show you a picture of Koy's house of 3. It's a ranch-style home in a residential neighborhood. This has been really interesting. I think this is a great concept. I know we're going to see more of this in the future. If they are a caregiver or a future caregiver and they live in California, New York, or Texas, but their mom is here, how can they get a hold of you?
Sure. Well, they're welcome to look at my website. It's houseof3.net, and 3 is spelled out. Or they can give me a call at 501-804-6354.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. Enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you for being a caregiver.